Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Y'all already know it's Chief Mariah. Hey, it's 2026, right? One thing I'm gonna tell y'all already, it's a little rough. It's a little rough right now. One thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mind our business. That's what we're gonna do. This year, we're gonna mind our business. Anything that doesn't have anything to do with us, we're not gonna be upset about it. We're not gonna be happy about it. We're just gonna let it be. Because just to give you a little perspective, I try to give a good friend of mine some advice. They called, now imagine this, right? Someone calls you or texts you and asks you for your opinion on something, right? Your opinion. And you give your opinion. And they get upset at your opinion. And you're like, what did I say? One thing I'm going to tell y'all in 2026, stay away from when somebody's in, look, how do I explain this without, okay, you know what? Nah, we're going to keep it raw. You Instagram family, Facebook family, YouTube family, I'm going to give it to you raw. A friend called me about a new person they're dealing with, right? And they asked me for some advice. They say this, they say that, they give me the whole business. And I say to them, that sounds great, but it sounds like you might be moving too fast, this and that. Slow down a little bit, because this and that I'm giving my best friendly advice. They turn and say, what, why would you say that? What did I say that was so terribly wrong? You know what I mean? What's going on, brother? What I said so terribly wrong? And I learned a lesson a long time ago, right? I had a friend, this is a while ago, who was in a relationship with this one girl, right? And you know how, especially when you're younger, when your friend gets a girlfriend or something like that, right? They just like disappear off the planet. And you're like, damn, where'd they go? But it's whatever, it's cool. So I then asked, I said, babe boy, what's going on, brother? Where you headed to, man? Bro, you good? Where you headed to? You gotta take some business. My bad. I'm stopping you from your business. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, you need the phone for sure. Yeah. So anyway, uh, that man, I don't know. People be in and out. I don't know. Just great. But so he gets a look. All right, I'm gonna get to the chase. The man gets a girlfriend. He disappears. Right. Whatever. So one day, you know, like this is a while ago. This is a long time ago. This is when I first learned a lesson. When it comes to relationships and someone of your friends ask you for some advice, and also this is a Nike ski mask. This is not no turban or nothing. But shouts out to them. But they ask you for some advice or something. Don't give no advice. Just leave him alone. But he gets a girlfriend, so he disappeared. So one day he calls me. He's like, yeah, whatever. Or I don't know. Maybe we called him. But we're about to go play ball, so we pick him up. He's in the back seat on the phone arguing. Oh, what you mean? He's loud, yelling. And we're like, what's going on? Man, she's tripping, this and this and that. And I'm like, what's she tripping about? She's mad that I left the house. I said, she mad you left the house? What do you mean? Well, yeah, we live together. I said, bro, how long you been with her? I said, bro, how long have you been with her? He's like, bro, we've been talking for like 2 months. I said, you've been talking to a girl for 2 months and you live with her? And he's like, yeah, we live together. I'm like, okay, red flag, red flag. But anyway, I said, you want to drop you home? He's like, no. He's trying to prove a point. I'm like, man, this sounds serious. Move forward. Month, I don't know how long, much later. I keep saying days, but I don't know. This is so long ago. We're playing a video game. We're all the guys in the house playing video game. Both of them get into an argument, but they're like screaming and yelling at each other and like to the point we had to turn around and say, "Yo, what are y'all doing? Like this is not cool. This is not uh uh good at all, right?" And after we say that, whatever. This is where the issue happens, right? So one day so I went to school with him too, like in college. So we're at a college campus. Me and him in the library. He walks off to like the lobby area. Were we in the library? I don't know. He walks off to the lobby area, and all of a sudden he sees a girl that he knows, and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to her." I'm in I don't know, maybe it was library or cafeteria, but I remember his girlfriend literally comes around the corner. She's like, "Hey, how you doing? This and this and that, this and that." I said, "Yeah, yeah, whatever." She walks off. In my mind, I was like, he's out there, but it'll be all right. I don't know. I'm not really thinking that much. I'm just on the computer trying to get something done. All I hear is commotion too. I come out and in my mind, steps go, "Oh, that's dumb." I go outside. They're literally yelling, shoving, all that type of stuff. So I say, "Bro, what are you doing? Not here." If I literally break it up, I pull him and say, "Bro, you gotta go. You have to go. You cannot do this here. If you get into a physical altercation with a woman, for one, you're going to jail. Two, you're getting kicked out of the school. Bro, leave, go." So we leave. I pull him. I tell her, "Just go your way, like whatever." So we end up having a conversation, and I tell him like, "Hey, bro, one, I think y'all moving too fast. Y'all moving too. You guys are living together after knowing each other for only 2 months. This and this. Hey, you're yelling, you're arguing. What is it? Do you really like her, or is it that it's a?" Because at the time I knew he was financially struggling. So I'm like, "Are y'all just together for a real reason, or are y'all just together just like financially and whatnot?" So long story short, we have that convo. Like I don't know how long after, because it's so long ago. We have a conversation. This man looks at me in my face and says, "Bro, the other day I'm upset about what you said." I said, "Upset about what I said? What did I say?" He said, "It sounds like you hating on my relationship." I said, I said, "What?" Yeah. And everybody knows you have a friend like this. They're in a diabolical relationship, and you try to give them some knowledge, and you become the enemy. You trying to tell me to leave her, and you told her that I think you guys need to chill out. And yeah, bro, you need. He says, "Yeah, bro, you acting weird. You need to stay up out of my situation." You know what I'm saying? Uh, you don't understand us. All this weird stuff. I'm looking at him like, "Bro, you were just in a fight with your girlfriend on a college campus. What are you talking about? What are you? I'm trying to help you." That's when I learned when people, right? When people that you know, right? This is another part of psychology, so I try to tell people. So people need to feel validated. They need to, especially when they're going through certain psychological, financial situations. And when you have a friend who comes to you and asks you for advice, you have to first observe their life and say, are they want advice, or do they want to be, or do they want to be, what word am I looking for? Do they want to be just looking for validation on their situation? Because when you, as a friend, right, you're gonna give them the real deal. You say, "Oh, bro, this I don't think that's good." They're gonna look at you and say, "You're a hater." Because one, especially if it's relationships, they're psychologically attached to somebody, financially attached to somebody, and sexually attached. There's nothing you can say. You gotta let them go. You gotta let them go through it. You have to let them crash. Let them crash the whip. Let them go through what they need to go. Some people, there's three ways of learning. One, someone can tell you. Two, you can see it. And three, you have to go through it. I would choose one. Someone tell you. Two, watching is another way. That's pretty good. But three is probably the most thorough way. Because now he ends up at a certain point dropping out of school, going to jail over the same girl. Right? So what I'm saying is that's a lesson I learned a while ago. I made a mistake recently of not applying that same knowledge to a friend of mine asking me about a new person they met. And I'm like, I'm not going to go into detail, but they're doing certain things that are moving way too fast. And I told them that. You're moving too fast. I thought the person would have been able to understand the logic, and I told the person that get to know somebody first before you go to those lengths. And then also, and maybe I did too much on that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said I think it might be a little bit of trauma bonding, loneliness, and whatnot. I was trying to really give some good advice because I've been there before. Like I've been in a relationship where I look back and I go, what was I doing? And I say, oh, I was just lonely, needed validation, bored, had nothing going on, and this person made me feel good, I guess. And so I kind of gave that explanation. So anyway, 2026, bro, we're leaving people alone. If you're, I would give you one warning. If you're driving 99 miles down a 55-mile down street, I'm just gonna say, hey, I don't think you should do that. And you look at me and you go, what are you talking about? I'm gonna say, never mind. I'm gonna let you crash. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done. Because people will literally, when someone's feelings is into something, there's nothing words can do. When someone's mind is, in fact, you're gonna push them deeper. They're gonna say, what? He thinks what? Okay, I'm gonna go even deeper. I'm gonna go deeper. Nah, they're hating on me. All right, we'll see. And I told this person, I've watched this movie 100 times. And what I'm hearing, I never asked this person either for any of this information. They're coming to me for it. And I'm like, I've seen this movie 100 times. It never ends well. You ever seen a movie where, like, if you ever watch scary movies, you see the girl in the middle of the woods, and all of a sudden behind her goes some guy and some, and you're like, oh, this person's about to, they're gonna be unalive. And you're like, run, run, somebody's behind you. And that person just la 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 la. There's nothing you can say. You just gotta sit back and just go, they're gonna have to go through it. They're gonna have to go. And hopefully it doesn't destroy them. And there's more details, but I'm not gonna go into that. But anyway, 2026, we're minding our own business. We got to take care of ourselves this year. We got to take care of ourselves. People will come to you if they're not on the same wavelength as you. You can try. I ain't gonna say give up on people. Try, but don't overextend yourself. Because I got a lot of nasty text messages. I got a lot of nasty energy towards me for trying to help in a certain mindset by being a friend and whatever. But you guys know the slogan: chase knowledge, don't chase money. Peace, love, positivity.